Thank you so much. Our business, BD Farm Paris Creek, started out of a dream. And in that dream, we didn't come from a farming background, but we wanted to provide a healthy environment for our children to grow up in. And we wanted to, in that, produce the best quality healthy dairy products to families, to other families, at an affordable price, and for everybody to enjoy them. And also we wanted to set up an enjoyable and meaningful and secure workplace for employees and for our stakeholders, the suppliers. So we came to Australia, we travelled around for a year, and the best spot we found was at Paris Creek, that's between Meadows and Strathalbyn, and we purchased this farm in 1987. We chose that farm for proximity to the city because we knew we are value adding and we need to sell the product somewhere, and for the water resource, and also for the climate. We thought that's the best climate we can have for a dairy farm. BD Farm Paris Creek originally existed of 165 acres of uncertified land with 40 cows, and we converted it to biodynamic farming principles. In that, we also realized that water is so enormously precious in Australia, and we collected all waste water, and we then make a liquid compost out of it, and we distribute that out on the land, so there's no water wasted for wash down. And we also realized that when we produce products, we also need a lot of wash down water, so we built that big enough to be there for a long time. We choose biodynamic principles for farming because nurturing the soil provides a balanced ecosystem on the farmland and for the environment, and it also creates health within the animals to produce nutritiously the best dairy products available. And in biodynamic farming, you use a few quite strange principles, but they are all scientifically backed up, and I just can tell you they work. We found that once we have started producing those products, the sales went so quick that we couldn't cope producing. And we know that when we say they are the most healthy dairy products in Australia, that they really are. And that's coming from feedback from customers. And that's based on those biodynamic farming principles. We had a steady increase of sales for milk, and then we set up a little production facility. We produce quark, which is a cottage cheese, and yogurt to individual customers first, then to health food stores and independent supermarkets, and also to hotels and to restaurants, because they came knocking on our door to purchase our products as well. In that time, we created an identity of pure natural and best quality products, chemically free, GMO free, and also people commented on the health benefits, on the quality, the good taste, the honesty. We always have people coming to the farm and we share what we are doing. So there are no secrets. And we also, that was mentioned before, we also have a good relationship to our competitors. We do share information. We don't hold these things back. And that creates a trust in the industry. And that's very important for every business. And we do take notice on the statements which come back from consumers. That's very, very important that we do listen to that. In our herd management, we do a few different things, and that's the overlying core of our business too. We don't necessarily do what everybody else is doing. We always find for that point of difference if we think that it's important for us and for the business. We provide a diversity of green pasture on paddocks. That means we do have certain herbs in the paddocks, which some people call weeds when they grow out of proportion, but we invite them because they create a balance for the cows. There's a high mineral content and other health ingredients such as fertility and anti-inflammatory ingredients in those herbs. We also provide a balance of hay, grain and green pasture, and we know that this is the best for the cows. We do not need to use any supplement products in our feed. We provide strip grazing because with that we provide a fresh strip of grass every day or of pasture, and that provides a clean environment for the cows, and we only allow them to drink out of fresh water troughs. They never go in a dam because that's just not very healthy for them. We don't believe in artificial insemination. We do have a bull with the cows, and that creates a real family structure on the farm. And we also only breed on healthy overall milkers. We are not going for high milk production because that really drains the cow system and that makes them sick, and then we have to react with medical treatment and so on. And we do allow motherhood on the farm as well, so our cows stay with the calf for a few days, and the calves always have fresh mother's milk, not necessarily from their own mother, but from a cow which has freshly calved, because they can actually feed more than just one calf. So the calves never ever get anything artificial, and that provides a healthy start for life. So with that in mind, we just kept working our way, but neighbors came and they said, "What are you doing? Your paddocks look fantastic, and your cows are very healthy. You don't have calf mortality as we do, and so just tell us what you're doing." So we shared what we were doing. We shared all the funny bits about biodynamic farming, making the preparations the way we do, and they found it quite interesting, and some farmers converted to the same principles that we implemented. In that time we realized that if we keep sharing our information, we actually get more milk in than what we have, and that we could actually provide a very good hub for milk production in that area, not just for our farm but for other dairy farmers, because the dairy farming these days is very, very difficult and not rewarding financially. But we said we need to support rural families to stay in their industry. We need milk on the table or dairy products, so we can provide help to all of those families. So we set ourselves a goal, and that was to support the local dairy industry for long-term sustainability, as long as they provide us with the same quality milk that we require from our own farm, and that we monitor and audit on a regular basis, as well as get certified through an external certification system. In that we increased the biodynamic managed area, and we still do. That's a continuous long-term goal. So when we bought our farm, we had 165 acres of land, and now in 2012 we source milk from over 15,000 hectares of biodynamically managed land, and that doesn't include the grain growers and the hay growers, which also work into our system, and also not the fruit and the other ingredients which we use, which are all certified as well. And we also always try to achieve to provide a safe workplace for our employees. We have that goal to provide a workplace for people who want to live in rural areas and want to live close to the area where we are working, so that we always give those applicants preference if they live just 10 minutes down the road, and that's working very, very well for us. We do appreciate the support we get from our workers, And I must say, we have now a bit over 50 employees, and we have the best team ever, and it's really enjoyable work with these people. We don't see it as a hierarchic system. We like to work with everybody, and so even so we have management team which manages everything and takes our direction, but we have dinners together with everybody, and we just try to listen to everybody and also be part of their life when they have a problem and they need to stay home for maybe a sick child, or if they have other personal problems. So it's working together in the whole system.